Alright, so we are back, and we have another scroller box because yay. Who cares? Alright, so you're probably going to get two scroller box videos in a row because I have the other one all set and ready to upload. I just need to do the voiceover for it, so I'm probably going to upload two in a row because these scroller box videos are, one, easy to upload, two, come monthly, so it gives me motivation to make monthly videos. So, you know, it's kind of like I see scroller box, I have to make video. And three, they give me art prompts, so I don't have to like sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna use these new supplies, what should I draw? And then like have a panic attack because my only idea is OC related again for the 99,000th time. Even if these ideas are OC related. Look, you're just gonna get a lot of scroller box videos because I paid money for them and I plan to make videos off them and they come monthly and it's easy and one of the main things that gives me motivation to make art. So don't question it, accept it, you're getting more videos, yippee. I don't sound like overly excited, but I am excited to see what's in here because I have no idea what's in here. But honestly, sometimes I just don't sound excited in general. It's a general thing with me. But yes, I have no clue what's in here. Right off the bat, I see this. I don't know if that's supposed to be in the scroller box, but I'll take a free eraser any day. It's a really basic eraser. I really hope not every supply in this is basic. But I'm not one to complain because at least they brought this one on time. Unlike the last scroller box, which took almost 2 months to get to me. So at least I wouldn't have been waiting that long for basic art supplies. So in hindsight, that'd be better. Like, I wasn't expecting it to come so quick. Like, my mom threw it at me in the car. And I was like, my god, it actually came on time for once. Oh, something fell. This fell out of it. I'm a genius. It's fruit flavored candy. Yay, diabetes. Alright, so we're going to gently take this off. No, we're not going to be gentle because nobody ever is in these type of videos. We have a different one. Okay, so this is actually different from the scroller box sticker of last week. This one's like a watercolor version, and the last one was just their regular basic one. Because I had this one because it was still on my desk from scroller box before, so that's cool. I like it when they mix it up. Alright, we're not going to read this till the end, and only if we need to. Alright, so we have a pencil here. This is a Caran d'Ache, Swiss made, Edless, whatever the brand is. But it's just a regular sketching pencil. Looks good. We got 2 stickers for the price of 1. I love stickers, so I love that scroller box is showering us with love and stickers. The supplies in this box actually look really good. I'm really excited. No offense to last week's box, but I already kind of had all those supplies and I've used them before. These are supplies I have not used, like, officially. But anyways, you can watch that video to see my full opinion. But just looking back on it compared to this one is much better. So here we have an art liner drawing system, 0.3. It is pigment ink, water-based, and water-resistant. And then here we have this. I don't know what brand these are. Do they have a brand name? Yeah, they do. Okay, I see it. I couldn't see it because it was in the shade. This is actually water-based marker. It's a Faberlo Caran d'Ache Swiss water-based marker, and you can tell it's water-based, or rather, you can tell it's a watercolor marker because it has a little watercolor thing here. I said water-based, but obviously it's probably water-based. But it activates with watercolor, and this is really cool. I actually have some of these markers, but I have the Arteza ones, and they're nothing like this. Like, they have a brush and everything. They're all decked out and cool. I want to do a video on those at some point, too, but I don't know when I'll get around to that because school and everything else. But I have this one in yellow, and it reacts with water. And then we have this one in blue. So, yeah, obviously we have these. Caran d'Ache seems to be a brand that they're using a lot of. And next we have these Brush Marker Pros. These are also, I would assume, by Caran d'Ache because it just says Caran up here, doesn't say D'Ache. But I would assume it's the same brand. Might be a different brand, just Caran. I don't know. I'll read the thing and tell you, the little card. But these are cool. These are the things I'm most excited for in the box because they look the most high quality out of all these supplies in the box. Like, these just look kind of like basic water-based markers, like Crayola markers to me. I don't know, maybe they'll actually be high quality when I test them out, but to me right now, first impression, they look like Crayola markers, but water-based. Or rather, you can use them as watercolors. Oh, so these are actually brush markers, but they're not like brush markers like the ones you think with like fibers. They look a little bit like the Crayola, not Crayola, like the Copic brush markers, but a little bit fatter. I would actually say they look the most like Sharpie brush markers. If you've ever used a Sharpie brush marker, they look a lot like that. But I still have high hopes for these. And honestly, I like Sharpie brush markers, so I'm not complaining. Then we have this one, which is a brush marker, but this one's really cool. Like, you can see the color in it. I don't know what color this is. Is it clear? Yeah, I honestly don't know what color that is. I think it's like one of those colorless ones for blending, maybe. But I didn't even realize that, because this color is like really dark. So I thought it was just like a black barrel. But you can actually see the liquid inside them, which is really useful. And there's a little liner, 24 millimeter, so you can see how much ink you have left, which is really useful, especially since a lot of my pens are always like going dead, and I can never tell how much ink I have left because I can't just open it up to tell me. So that's useful. Then we have one in purple, and finally we have one in yellow. I kind of wish we got a different color other than yellow, because we already have this yellow, and these two yellows are like almost the same, but this one looks slightly darker. So yeah, that is what I received in this week's Scrawler box. I'll get back to you with all these swatches, and then at some point, probably at a later date because I'm a little bit busy today, but at some point I'll get back to you again with the speed paint. It's all going to be one big video, so you're not even going to tell the time difference, but it might be like a day or two later, so my opinions might have changed by the time I get to the actual speed paint, but whoopsie daisy. Anyways, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next clip, y'all. Alright, so I know I said, oh, I'm gonna do swatches, that'll be the next clip, blah, blah, blah. But, no, apparently I forgot 3 things. 1, I forgot to say the Scrawler challenge. 2, I forgot to show you the art and the paper that this came with, because it came with paper. And 3, I forgot to show you this art supply, because, honestly, what would a video I make be without me fucking it up? Wouldn't be my video now, would it be? Alright, so we're gonna turn back on the light. And we're going to show you this. This is actually a Spectrum Noir Aquatint. Spectrum Noir Aquatint. I can't say words, and that's okay. I might maybe have a slight speech impediment. I don't know. I tell myself I do every day. And so what this is it's a clear brush pen. And basically, it's a brush pen. Clear. It has like actual fibers. Unlike these brush pens, I'll compare the two. So this is what like regular brush pens look like, and what most of my brush pens look like are this, and then these are more like what these brush pens look like, which is I was talking about the comparison. I believe this Active Noir Sparkle Pen, we're just gonna call it a Sparkle Pen, but the Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pen, I believe, in a soft jade, so it should be in like a light blue color, which is nice. I thought it was going to be clear because I do have a clear sparkly pen as well, but this one isn't a clear one. It's just a regular one in soft jade. And I actually have some Spectrum Noir sparkle markers somewhere, but they're black. Like, they have a black barrel instead of this barrel. So this might either be like an older branding of the Spectrum Noir marker sparkle pens, or it might just be slightly different type of pen. I don't know. I don't know if this is a sparkle pen. I actually don't know. It's just called an Aquatint. So I don't particularly know what that is. I've never heard of this supply particularly. The only ones I've used are the sparkly pens, the Spectrum Noir sparkly pens, but I think this might be a different pen. We're gonna read the thing and see what it says about it. So it says Spectrum Noir Aquatint. Each aquatint is filled with bright water-soluble dyed-based ink dispensed through a fine nylon brush. So basically it's like it's like, from what I got out of that, this appears to be a pen filled with like watercolor already in it. It's actually just like a watercolor pen, but the watercolor color is already in it. I'm going to assume that's what it is and go from there. I don't know, we'll have to see when we swatch it, but I'm really excited for these colors, and so yay. And also, since it says it on here, it says right here, the Helix pencil cap eraser, so this actually is supposed to come in the set, which is pretty useful because we didn't get an eraser last time, so, you know. I thought maybe it just got thrown in there because it just looks like such a basic supply. Alright, so now we're going to cut to, no wait, first we have to show off the art because ooh la la de la. So the art is this. It's really pretty, and I actually think that's what the sticker is. I think it might be one of our own personal stickers because it looks like this. That's really pretty, actually. I don't really know how it fits the theme, but I guess it doesn't have to fit the Scrawler box theme. And the artist is I'm not even going to try and say that. But that right there, what I zoomed in on in blue, the artist. Right there, that's her artist. And that's her Instagram. God, you can't even see it. That's her Instagram right there. Zoom in a little bit on that. That's our Instagram. Links will be in the description, or if not links, I'll at least write down the usernames in the description so you can search them up. And yeah, and the Scrawler box challenge for the month is plumage. I'm gonna actually have to look up the word plumage because I know what it means ish, but I'm not 100% sure on how I'm going to interpret that word into art, so I'm going to have to do some research on that word to find out some good ideas for art. I want to try and maybe do fan art for this video, but if I can't come up with a good idea for fan art, I might just go back to my OCs since I'm doing a lot of development with them anyway. But now on to the swatches, the thing I'm very excited for because I've never used any of these art supplies before. And I love water-based art supplies, so let's go! Oh, also, real quick, real quick. We're gonna just do the swatches on this paper. This is a paper we were given. It appears to be like thick watercolor paper. It's like the same paper we were given as before. We might try and do a drawing on this piece of paper right here. And then we might try and do a bigger drawing since I could see myself doing a small drawing here. And I just have this thing where I think it would be kind of cute to do smaller based drawings because it challenges you. Like doing really big drawings challenges you, and doing really like awkward small pieces of paper drawings challenge you, and I like that. And I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last time, and we're not going to have the supplies bleed through onto the other paper. So we're going to just use the one paper like this, and we're just going to start swatching them. So we're going to start with this one. This pencil feels a lot like the last pencil we got in the last Scrawler box. We're going to try and go really dark and see how good the eraser is. This is really dark and that's just regular. It's a regular regular pencil. It feels a lot like the last one, though I prefer the last one over this one just a bit more, only because it felt nicer in my hand to hold because it was more slippery rather than hard and wooden. So yeah, this is a basic eraser that you get like in the pencils. It seems to erase well as long as I don't go super hard. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind. And I'm also gonna get a watercolor pencil. So hold on, we need means to get a watercolor pencil. So I'm just gonna pull one out of my thing because I have the ones that are in here. It should be in here, just right in here. I hope. Oh, yes, here we go. Alright. I have those little push ones. We're going to use these because I almost always use these. The only exception to this is if I'm doing a big watercolor piece. Alright, so we're going to see how this pencil reacts with water. I'm just going to say maybe we smudge it a little bit. Because if it reacts to water, like if the graphite picks up on it, that might be a sign. A little bit, but not too much. Alright, because what I might end up doing is I might end up outlining some of it, and then, because I did this in my last piece too, I might end up using some of this for like gray shading, because it feels, okay, it doesn't feel like cheating, but I'm just personally someone that doesn't like to just use like pencils for sketching. If we're given a pencil to use, I want it to be noticeable in my drawing rather than just sketch with it and then erase it, because then I'm like, but you never would have been able to tell I used that pencil because I erased all the pencil lines. So I like to try and be creative and find a way to incorporate in there as well, just for a little bit of extra challenge. You don't have to do that, obviously, it's just what I like to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this pencil like this. See how it works over that? Yeah. Probably shouldn't use it over that. Okay, we're not going to use these markers over that. And then we're going to have this one like this. And we're going to see how that reacts with water. I think that'll be interesting. Right now, though, it does feel like just a regular Crayola pencil, but maybe a slightly higher quality pigmented ink. But if you've imagined using a Crayola pencil, it feels like that. And we're going to see if it picks up water. It does to a degree, but the watercolor is not like super vibrant or anything. I like it, and I definitely will get use out of these. And I could see myself using them outside of this one art project. And I really do like them. I think it's very smooth. I think they might even be a little bit better in terms of markers that can do water than the Arteza ones, because the Arteza ones, if you do like a line, you can still see it. Like, it doesn't blend out as nicely, the Arteza ones, as these do, because you can't even see that I drew a square there anymore. So I like it, but I think overall the pigment quality could be a little bit higher, but I don't know. They blend out really nicely though. And then obviously we're going to try blending the two. And then this is just half the color laid down. So that's why. Alright, now we're going to try blending it out. These markers, the caps are really hard to come off on them. It's annoying. So we're going to try and go from yellow to blue. So when you blend them, it does the same thing that Crayola markers will do when you layer them, which is they will not want to layer and it will tear up the paper, which tells me that these are roughly around the same pigment, or they use the same pigment as the Crayola markers do, the only exception being this pigment works better with watercolor. Because I've tried using the Crayola ones with watercolor, is what I've tried to do before. So I've actually tried like watering down the Crayola watercolors. Not Crayola watercolors. I've tried watering down the Crayola markers before and using them as watercolors like you can do with these, but they don't work as well as these do. So these have something in their ink that makes them work better with watercolor. But otherwise, overall, they seem to be the same. Like if you just use them as regular markers without water, they're the exact same. And I really like the blue color we can get. We're going to try and see if we can... I don't think we can really mix them in any other way to not get the green color. I was going to say we were going to try and see if we can make the yellow more prominent. But if we're going to mix these two colors, we're probably only going to get this color because the blue is darker. Is why. We're going to swatch out these and see how they work. These are super juicy. I don't know if I should be worried or not because the pro markers I got were super juicy as well. And because they were so juicy, they bled like everywhere on my drawing, and I'm worried we might have like more bleed through with these really juicy markers. These are meant for like calligraphy and stuff. We're gonna see if we can water these down as well. Technically it doesn't say that they're like watercolor markers, but anything that's water soluble should be able to be watered down. And usually when I have water soluble materials and I'm working on a watercolor piece, I try and use them to my advantage. So we're going to see how they work with water. So those are just the regular colors. And now we're going to try and see what happens if we add water to them. See if it'll work or not. Just for the sake of it. It actually does. Like we might, you know. And we're going to try watering this one down too. I'm really loving these. I'm just going to love these because I love watercolors. I don't use watercolors like a lot, but I love using them just because I like the look they get, so I'm really going to enjoy these. Sorry if you can hear any background noise. So yeah, these are really pretty colors. They're almost the same color though, which leads me to believe they're like similar brands. I don't know. I didn't look to see if they were the same brand, if these were the same brand as the Caran d'Ache ones were. Honestly, I don't know what brand they are. They're just Caran Brush Marker Pros. They don't have a brand. I think they are different than these though, because these are spelled with a C, now that I'm actually looking at it. But they appear very similar. So yeah, we're just going to try everything. Ooh, that's a really, I don't know, that might have been though because I had some color on it. But that's a really pretty purple color. I had a little bit of yellow on it for a second, so I thought it was going to be like a red color, and I was like, how does purple go to red? Let's actually try blending them. Let's take the blue and the green again, but let's just try blending them as regular markers rather than as watercolors. And let's try and blend them out using this because I don't know what you'd use that for otherwise. Yeah, again, these don't really want to blend all too well, only because they're water-based, and water-based markers don't like to blend. These though actually do spread. Like the ink, instead of like blending, the ink is just bleeding into the yellow, and it's really weird. I've never seen that happen before. Let's see what this does if I go over these. So this just kind of lightens it. It makes like a lime green color. So they do blend. So this isn't like most colorless blenders, and it's not going to allow it to blend. Because most colorless blenders just pick up color and lighten it. And this kind of does do that. But at least it blends it somewhat. A lot of colorless blenders won't even do that much. And the last supply we're going to test out is going to be this one. I might have to cut though the thing for that and then cut to when I open it, because I have to actually set this up because it has a little like green strip around it, and I don't want to really do that on camera. So we're just going to cut to when I have this all ready to swatch. Alright, so hello guys. So this is going to be a very long video. It is about an hour long. The intro was about maybe 20 minutes as is. I tend to make really long videos because I tend to ramble a lot, and then the video gets really long, and I'm really trying to work on that. I'm hoping that as I continue to make videos I improve, but as it is, I'm already not making that many videos anymore. Like, I'm doing like a video every 2 months, so you're lucky to get anything from me, so I'm very sorry about that. If you don't want to watch it, that's fine. Feel free to draw while watching this, or put on some music and just look at my speed paint. I don't know. I don't care what you do. But yeah, I just wanted to do that. But you guys can let me know if you guys want longer videos from me or shorter videos. If you want longer videos from me, you're gonna get between 30 minutes and an hour type videos, or if you want shorter videos from me, you're gonna get like 20 minutes and below. And yeah, that's pretty much it though. Sorry, I'm not scripting this because I don't feel like this is a video that needs scripting. But this is my Scrawler box, what I ended up making for this. The prompt was plumage, and I thought plumage was like similar to the word plummet, where you fall, but no, it actually has to do with birds and feathers. And so the artwork for this month was actually very appropriate. It was a bunch of watercolor feathers, and I've actually made watercolor feathers like the artwork for this month before. I did it once, and it was really fun. I was tempted to kind of do that again, but I didn't want to copy that artwork, so instead I decided I was going to do something with feathers. And I didn't want to draw a bird because birds aren't really my forte. They're an easier animal for me to draw than some, but I'm still not amazing at drawing birds, so I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go too far out of my comfort zone. So I thought, well, what can I draw? And then I thought angels, and then I realized that my OCs actually have angels. So in my OC universe, basically what happens is some of my OCs are normal humans and they have no special powers. Then some of my OCs have demon or angel blood, and because they have demon or angel blood, it means they either get a demon or angel guardian on their shoulder. And my OC Olkson, who some of you might know, but my OC Olkson has half angel blood, half human blood, so therefore he was born with an angel guardian that basically sits on his shoulder and tells him to make good choices for the rest of his life, and she just sits there, and only people with guardians, good or bad guardians, can see other people's guardians and can see their own guardian. So normal humans cannot see anyone's guardians, but somebody like Olkson could see any guardian of an angel or demon holder. It's kind of confusing and long-winded, but basically he just has an angel on his shoulder from heaven that tells him to make good choices and guides him down the path of good instead of the path of evil. Whereas someone with a demon guardian would have a demon on their shoulder guiding them down the path of evil. And the whole entire point of the guardian is to teach their human to either be good or bad, so that they may go to hell or heaven, respectively, and become a guardian themselves for either or heaven, hell, respectively. And so I thought, you know what? I can draw Olkson's guardian angel, whose name is Gabriel. And so I decided to draw Olkson's guardian angel, Gabriel, for this one, because angels have feathered wings. And I thought that would be really fun, and it would fit the theme plumage. And I ended up really liking how this came out, to the point where I think I'm going to add this to my Redbubble. So check the link in the description, and I'll link to this post, because it's going to be on my Redbubble. And I'm really excited about that because I really like how it came out. I think it's going to be a very nice print for my Redbubble. I don't know what it would look good on because the paper I got in the Scrawler box is quite a weird rectangular shape, but whatever I can find that it looks good on for Redbubble. It's going to be on there for that. And I'll probably make stickers out of them too, because they look like they'd be a cool 3-piece sticker set or something. So I'll probably do some stickers with them. I think that'd be cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So in the sketching phase, you'll see that I just did a lot of sketching. I don't really know what to say. Sorry, this is a really long video, and I have to do a lot of commentary for this because I'm going to try and get through the whole video with commentary, and any parts that I don't do commentary, I'm just going to put music over, but you know. So for the sketching phase, I did a lot of sketches. I sketched out the guardian angel 3 times. I thought it would be cool to show 3 different emotions for the guardian angel Gabrielle. I'm just going to refer to her as Gabrielle from now on because that's her name. But I thought it would be cool if I showed 3 different emotions for Gabrielle. So the first emotion, which you might have saw me sketch out, you can't really see too much in this phase because it's just a sketching phase. But the first emotion, Gabrielle is kind of very happy in it, and she's all just very happy, sweet, and bubbly. In the second emotion, she's like giggling and all happy, and she's like ready to pray or something. Sorry if you're not like very religious, but she's literally an angel, so I think of course she would pray. And she's like praying. And then in the third one, she's like being all like stuck up, and she's like, I told you should have listened to me, because, you know, she's an angel and of course she knows best. And while she's an angel, she's not like some perfect being. She does have flaws, but most of her flaws are within good nature and stuff. Like, she doesn't have like major flaws, she just has like tiny little flaws, because she's not an overall perfect superhuman. That would be really boring. Like, only God can be a perfect superhuman. So she's mostly perfect with like 5% to 10% of a little bit of flaws or like weird things that makes her stand out from all the other guardians, like body tics or whatever you want to call them, you know. She's not just like some superhuman. And not all the angels and guardians are like, they all have their own personalities and stuff, but they all still are good, and they all aren't bad enough to be considered not good. So they're all like good and holy people. They're just, you know, it's kind of hard to explain because I haven't fully developed it yet myself, but I have most of it developed, but I'm still working out the kinks. So yeah, Gabrielle is a very fun-loving and happy type person as far as things go. She's very happy, and she really likes Earth, and she really likes interacting with humans, and she really likes Ulxen. Like, out of all the humans she's been assigned, because guardian angels get assigned like a human every year. So how it works is the guardian angels and the demon angels and guardian angels work pretty much the same, except, you know, one makes you go evil and one makes you go good. But how the guardian angels work is that they get assigned to a human, and so once the human is born, they're assigned to that human for the rest of their life until the day that human dies. Once the human dies, he is judged by God, and it is decided whether or not he's been good enough to fulfill his role as the next guardian, as another guardian angel in heaven, or if he's bad and he isn't good enough to be a guardian angel, or he's really bad and he should go to hell instead, because they can choose not to listen to their guardian angel. They're just there to guide them. Like, the humans don't have to listen to them or anything. And so every time a human dies, the guardian is then assigned to a new human. And Gabrielle has been working for at least 100 years, so she's been assigned quite a few humans. I'm going to say 1,000 years, so she's been assigned quite a few humans in her years of working, and she's quite a skilled angel. And so yeah, but Ulxen is one of her favorites because Ulxen is a very sweet and soft child. Out of all my OCs, he's like the softest and the purest and the most kind-hearted, so I feel like she'd really like Ulxen because he's quirky, kind-hearted, and sweet. So out of all the humans she's been assigned over the years, she'd probably like Ulxen the best. The best way I can think of describing these types of people is, if you've ever seen The Fairly Odd Parents, to me the guardian angels kind of remind me of Cosmo and Wanda from The Fairly Odd Parents in a weird way, except instead of when the child gets older, it's when the child dies that they go away, and they still have memories of them, but you know, not as much so. And Gabrielle was once a human herself, like thousands of years ago. I don't know when. I don't think of time periods because that's not important for the story. But she was once a human herself at one point. So I think that's pretty cool. And then she died and became a guardian angel. And, you know, I think that's very cool. And, yeah. In terms of drawing, I just used, like, some Pinterest some Pinterest references for the facial expressions, because I've really been trying to practice my facial expressions recently. So I just used a lot of Pinterest pictures for that. And yeah, it was really fun to sketch out and do. I think I had a lot of fun with that sketching part of this. And yeah, I'll leave you to some music and then come back when I have more commentary to say or something of the liking. Okay, so I said I was gonna leave you to commentary, but I was like, puff, Shaw, that's boring. Nah, we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna instead talk some more. So I edited the videos to make it just a little bit shorter. I sped up the other video because the other video is way too long. And so now we are at the inking stage of this video. And inking was really nice. I really like the inking pen I got. It reminds me a lot of the Micron pens I got in my last Scrawler box. I'll link to that down below as well. I'll link to my Scrawler box down below, my Instagram down below. Well, my last Scrawler box video, or all my Scrawler box videos. Maybe I'll make a playlist. I think I have one made. And my last Scrawler box, I'll link to that. I'll link to my Instagram and my Redbubble where I will be selling this artwork. And yeah, I remember inking this was really nice. Sorry, it's been a while since I made this video. Like, I made the clips at least like 3 weeks ago maybe. But I remember inking this was really nice and really good. The inking supply, from what I remember, reminded me of the Micron that I got in one other Scrawler box. Not the brush one, but the regular one. Except a little bit thinner, which is fine. I don't have any complaints about the inking supply. It was really nice. It was waterproof as it said it would be, which I was really happy about. And yeah, it's one of my probably going to be go-to art supplies for doing watercolor stuff when I want to ink it, because it says it's waterproof right on the package, so I can just look at it and know that it's waterproof instead of having to remember, is this art supply waterproof or not? Because a lot of my art supplies are waterproof, but they don't say it. They're just like smudge proof, and I'm like, that doesn't tell me if it's waterproof though. But this one actually says it's waterproof, so I'll probably use this one a lot as a go-to quick grab art supply for that, which I'm very happy about. And I think inking it came out really nicely. I don't think I did too bad on the inking. There were maybe 1 or 2 areas that I darkened up a little bit because I messed it up. Otherwise, I think overall I inked it really well, and I have no complaints with that. My only complaint with the inking might be the little pieces under the hair. If you look at those, the pieces I did under the hair, I messed up because they're little like crosshatch pieces of her like bangs or fringe or whatever, and I messed those up a little bit because I did them differently in each one, and I think I just need a unified way of drawing those, but you know, that's pretty much it. You'll see here that I brought in my white gel pen, well, not gel pen, but my white pen that I got in my last Scrawler box. It was like a Faber-Castell white pen. I didn't think that was cheating because it came from another Scrawler box. I'm sorry if you think that's cheating, but I really messed up on the teeth, and I think I got like way too much black ink there. And they're teeth, they're supposed to be white, so I had to like whiten them up with that, but it did come from a Scrawler box, so I didn't think that was too cheaty of me. And plus, the paper's white, so, you know, arguably in any art challenge, people bring in their white gel pen or white art supply and use that and get away with it, so shush. But yeah, I really like how this piece came out, and I really hope that you all check the links down below and at least go to my Redbubble and check that out and tell me what you think of my supplies on my Redbubble, because I'd really appreciate it if you guys bought something. Like, even just a sticker on my Redbubble is only like $5 or less. Maybe it's even $2, but it's really nice and really good, and all the money that you give will go to this account. It will go to either buying better art supplies, better quality stuff, not better art supplies, but better quality supplies for filming videos, or it will go to buying art supplies for videos and things that you want. And you can comment down below and tell me what type of videos you want and how you want me to make videos, and if you have any video requests, and I'll take them into consideration. And since I never get video requests or art supplies or anything, any specific requests to do anything, I'll probably highly consider your request, because it'll be one of the only requests I have, so feel free to request whatever you want. The only requests I don't do is I don't do requests like, oh, draw me or draw my OCs. I don't do video requests like that. But if you're like, I want to see you use gouache on your channel, I think that would be fun. I'd really like to see you use blank art supply on your channel, or I'd really like to see you do videos like this, or just do a review video with no speed paint. If you want to request a type of video or a art supply I should use, that's fine. But like, don't request like specific stuff for me to draw in videos, unless it's like maybe fan art for a specific thing, because I might be into that thing. Like, feel like I want more fan art videos, or I want more Steven Universe videos, because I actually am into that. But like, for just like draw my OC and make a video out of it, no, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But a lot of you guys don't even listen to the commentary this far, so I appreciate anyone who is still listening to commentary. And yeah. Alright, so now we are moving on to the hair portion of the video, or the watercolor portion of the video. The watercolors were super nice. These are by far my favorite things I've received in a Scrawler box. I have sort of played around with the Scrawler box supplies that I got in the April Scrawler box, which I haven't made a video of yet, and those supplies were okay, but I still prefer these over those. Because the only reason I played around with them was because I started the video already, so don't worry guys, I did the intro to the video, and I showed everything off on camera, so I didn't open it before I made the video, so don't worry. Still my first impressions on that, in the April one. But anyways, I played around with those, and I don't like them nearly as much as these. And as you all know, the Scrawler box that came before this month's, I really thought the supplies were pretty basic on it, nothing special. They're all supplies I've used before, but these are supplies I've never used before, as I said in the intro, and they're really well and really nice to use. By far, I will get a lot of use out of these in many varieties of ways. I will use these like all the time, and I'm in love with them. And I actually found more of the aqua tint pens online, so I'll probably be buying a whole entire set of the aqua tint pens. They're so nice. But what I did for the hair was, like I always do with watercolors, is I laid down a base layer first, and then I added the shading and highlights, or no, just the shading, because I don't really usually do highlights unless I feel like it, but I added the shading at the end of this, at the end of the video, more towards afterwards. But I really liked it, and I did use my water brush pen, so that wasn't in there either, but it's just a basic, I think it's just Pentel Artist. It's just a Pentel water brush pen, I think, and you can buy them in a pack of like 5 at Michael's. So you have the little one, medium sized, big, and then like another in between medium and big size. And yeah, it's really nice, and I use that for like all my watercolor stuff. I don't even use like regular brushes anymore. I only specifically use those type brushes for all my water stuff. It's to the point where I'm actually getting rid of most of my regular brushes. I only have like 1 or 2 left that I kept because they were super good quality, and so I was like, if I ever do decide to use them, these are the best quality ones I own, so I might as well keep them. And yeah, and you'll see I do the wings too. The wings I did really lightly, and I should probably say what supplies I used. For the hair, I used the little yellow marker, not the brush marker one, but just a regular yellow marker that I said looked like a Crayola marker. I think it's just a Caran d'Ache one. And then for the wings, I used the aqua tint and like a really light bluish color, but I believe what I did was I just used the aqua tint, and then I lightened it up with my watercolor brush because I still thought that the aqua tint on its own was too dark. So I just put down the aqua tint, and then I made it more into a wash with the brush by adding more water to it to lighten it up, is what I did for most of that. And I thought that came out really good. I really liked the colors on this. They really ended up working well for the character Gabrielle that I chose. It was very pretty colors. The only thing is, I think I would have given her red lipstick if I had had the option to have a red supply, but this did not come with any red supplies. It came with like all blues and yellows. And I actually found out upon watching a bunch of other people do unboxings of this that people got different color aqua tints, so I don't know if that was intentional, but everyone seemed to have gotten different color aqua tints. I'm really lucky that I got the color I did, because some other colors people got was like a yellow color, which would have been super ugly because I don't like yellow as much. And then some people got like it was either like a purpley color or like a pinkish color, and the pinkish color might have been good, purpley pinkish, but I'm really happy I got the yellow, because yellow is one of my favorite art supplies to use in videos, or in artwork rather, not in videos. And yeah, so you'll see that I did that for a lot of it, and you'll see me doing that with the wings. And yeah, these were really great art supplies. If you've never used these, I can't recommend them enough that you go get them. I'm going to specifically probably link to some aqua tints that I found on Amazon that are available, because the aqua tint was my favorite thing in the set. All the other supplies were good, but they're kind of things that I would use to play around with rather than for a main piece. But that aqua tint I would use for like all my artworks. It is so beautiful. And I want to do like a video just specifically using nothing but the aqua tints to see how good they are just standalone on their own, because they are just gorgeous. And my aqua tint's already starting to run out. Like, I use it so much that I think I've already used like at least an inch of the ink in it, so that's really nice. And yeah, and you'll see that I'm doing the shading for the wings because I thought they looked a little bit too plain as just like a really light wash of blue. So for the shading on the wings, I just used the little dark blue marker that I had. It was the dark blue Caran d'Ache marker, and I just used that. I think I used it on a separate piece of paper, and then I lightened it up because I found that these art supplies work best when you scribble them out on like a scrap piece of paper, and then you pick up the color off the scrap piece of paper and apply it to your drawing. That's how these work the best, I noticed. So I think I was just using that technique, scribbling on my scrap paper that I had, and then picking up the color and then adding it there. And it's just like a really like light bluish color that I used. And that was that for that. And I did the same shading pretty much for all the wings. All the wings are pretty much the same. And you'll notice that it goes from like blue to a whitish color because I thought the wings are actually white. Like canonly angel wings would be like white or something. So I thought, instead of these just being pure white, I'll make them like bluish fading into white. And that looks really cool. I might make that canon that's just how our wings look, is like a bluish tint fading to white, because I thought that was really cool. Oh boy, you'll notice here that in this clip the editing is like really bad. I don't know what happened, but this clip was really weirdly clipped, and everything about this clip is really terrible. I don't like it, but what ended up happening was I looked at the clip and I'm like, you can't see what I'm doing at all, so I put some filters over it, which kind of helped you be able to see it better, but it's not the best. But oh well, you can still see it. You'll see here that I'm painting the skin tone, and how I got the skin tone was I used the purple color. It might not look like I used the purple color at all in this piece, and you might be like, why didn't you use the purple brush marker? Yeah, that's cheating. You didn't use all the supplies. Well, psych, I did use the purple brush marker. I mixed the purple brush marker on a separate piece of paper with the yellow marker, and what I did was I just overlaid the purple and the yellow together, and it teared up the paper a little bit, but then I added water to that, and it made like a really nice skin tone color that I really enjoyed using. So that's actually how I got the skin tone color, and I haven't really seen anybody else who has done this type of scroller box unboxing and made a speed paint with these art supplies specifically do that technique, but it is a really good technique that I really enjoyed. So if anyone else received this scroller box and stuff, a good way to get some skin tones would be if you mix the purple and the yellow. And yeah, that was really good. And basically to get like shading for the skin tones, what I did was I just added less water. To get shading for the skin tones, what I did was I added less water. And once I added less water, I just saw that it got darker, because like all watercolors, you add less water, it gets darker. You add more water, it gets lighter. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this piece came out overall. Don't forget to check the description for my Instagram link, which I'd appreciate if you follow me on my Instagram to see more art, because I upload art on there, and my Redbubble, and I'd really appreciate